What is up? Welcome to Inner. This is Prince, and I want to make a video. It's still about energy, but not directly. It's about you in relation to your energy and the things you should do. I for oneself today. I want to speak. About me. Recently, I've been trying my most to get disciplined and achieve the things I said I would. And I've been consistent so far, but I do slip up now and then. And right now I come from a slip up, and I could say the best thing to do after every mistake and slip up that you make, or that happens because you've allowed yourself to get complacent, and you've allowed yourself to sort of get used to what you're doing. You're not pushing it more, you're not pushing above, you're not pushing into the levels you haven't reached. I'm consistent. I can go to the gym. I don't actually go to the gym. I can train every day. I know I'm consistent with that one. But how will I go further than where I am now? I have to push, and in order for me to push and see that I'm pushing and I'm going further, it is my responsibility that in whatever I'm doing, whenever I slip off, I have to get myself back on track as fast as possible. Think about it. If you derail from your mission, you now have two missions, which is getting back to mission or getting back where you were when you left the mission, and then you can go forward. And the more that happens, the more it disturbs your progress. The more it disturbs your progress, and whether it's relationships or business, or it doesn't matter as long as it's a goal. If you're gonna go off track and then you go off track and you take time to get back on track, you'll take time to recover where you were at and move further. It's exactly like being on NoFap, or semen retention, as I was talking in my previous videos about sexual energy. Yeah, it's like that. When you slip up and you try to get back, you actually have to wait for yourself to get back where you were, so you can go beyond that. You can go beyond that point, and that in and of itself is a representation of the behavior of energy. And everything is just energy. We are all energy. You get back off track, you lost energy. You have to actually fight to get back to your previous vibration, if you talk in terms of sexual energy. But we can just, let's make an example with money. You spend money to a certain extent, you run out, and you have to work and get back to the state at which you were at, and that consumes time. And for you to further add on that progress and go further, it consumes more time. So if you get off track, you have to use time to get back on track, and then from getting back on track, you have to also consume time to move forward. So if you get more and more off track, it starts to become a bad habit. And not only is it detrimental to the actual resolution that you said, but you're building a negative habit. And as with money or anything and energy, it is all the same. If I can ruin one thing, take for instance, you stop training. The problem is there is not just that you've stopped training, but it's actually that what is stopping you from training is now the new habit, and you're actually building that habit, and you're going to have to use energy to break the habit, and then retake your old habit, and then work back to where you were, and then only then you can move forward, and that consumes time and energy, and we have a limited amount of energy. I don't care how you put it, whether it be in physical terms or spiritual terms, but we have limited amount, and you cannot focus 24/7 simply because you're human. You have to eat and do all that. So removing yourself from your path or disturbing yourself, it's counterproductive, and as an individual, I think that is fucked up, man. I think it's fucked up. That it is actually self-disrespect for you to set a goal and not ensure that you achieve it. Because, what are you doing? What could be so important than yourself or your own goals? Most of us never actually stop to ask ourselves this question, because you would realize then that you waste your energy on things and people that don't actually need it. But even if they do, but it doesn't benefit you, and as time goes on, you realize, oh fuck, this is what I lost, and you actually have to get back and work to go back where you were. Only then you move forward. And we're not immortal, we're beings that die, so every amount of time or energy you have in this existence, it is for you to utilize, because we don't know we all don't know when the bell will toll for us. But you won't care about the bell if you're doing everything you should. If I'm sticking to all my habits that I said I would, and my goals, and I'm achieving them, why do I care if I'm going to die next week or tomorrow? I won't. I'll live a more fulfilling and more content life, as opposed to me promising myself something and then not doing it. That I kind of learned that from past mistakes, because that happens, and whenever you stop, it's like you're setting a point for you in future where you look back and regret yourself, and that is not something that is productive to you. If you're someone who's reliant on energy or whatever, you can call it energy or spirit, but I think we're all reliant on energy to work. And if you're doing that, why do you want to waste this life force then? It takes effort for you to cultivate. Even if you do eat food, it takes energy for your body to digest and create energy for you. That'd be like for you choosing to eat and not doing anything with it. Instead, you're eating and going to take a shit. That's basically what it sounds like. You eat and then you go take a shit and do nothing. You're exactly as someone who's wasting energy. You doing that is equivalent to someone taking their energy and doing something wrong. You not getting back on track, not sticking to consistency. It's exactly the same as someone who will take that very same energy and go do something else that is not related to their own lives, business, or goals. And if you're really not achieving your goals, what are you doing, man? You really have to look inside yourself. There's somewhere where you're lacking energy, whether you choose to accept it or not. I think objectively, if you do look as a person, whether you're a man or woman, objectively, if you do look, you know where you lose your energy. You're just scared of admitting it, And the more you promote that fear in you, you actually vibrate lower. Always when you do something negative, it's influenced by one of the 7 deadly sins. I won't tell you what that is. It's your job, you go look it up yourself. But yeah, that is what it is. And I think it's counterproductive for you to be setting goals and setting yourself up to be in creation, and then choosing that you're going to indulge in consumerism habits. I don't care what it is, man. I mean, not to say I don't do these things, I also do them. And as much as I talk with this tone right now here to you, this is the same thing I also do to myself. You know, it is the same thing I also do to myself, because I think I've made a lot of mistakes. I've not made them all, but I've made a lot. And I know that there's someone right now in my spot who needs to hear what I needed to hear back then and couldn't. And if that is you, I mean, if you're slacking off, what are you doing? You're not immortal. Your time here is limited. Your energy, money, everything is limited here. You have to do what you must to get where you want to go, and then you can do whatever you want. But at this time, like, you have to be really conscious with your energy and everything that you do. So this is my message today. If you're not progressing as fast, or you're stuck, or whatever that's keeping you from achieving your goals, just go back inside yourself, retreat, and ask yourself the questions that you need to ask yourself in order for you to realize where you're lacking energy. Because I promise you, if you stop lacking your energy, there's no way you want to be consistent. There's no way you'll be ill-disciplined. There's no way. There's just no way you want to achieve your goal. I mean, that's what you do every day, focused on the mission. How can you fail? So yeah, that's my message today. I'm guessing. It is my message today. I'm guessing. So yeah, do go inside yourself and don't give up on yourself. I think most of this is caused by the fact that as soon as I see I'm not as disciplined as I should be, and a lot of time has passed since I done what I said I should, then I give up. And it doesn't work like that. You should be stronger than that. Don't give up on yourself. I mean, we people, we give up. We give up on ourselves, but everything. We give up on ourselves, but everything. I mean, you either give yourself your own energy or you're giving it to someone. That's totally up to you. But there's someone who has done that. Worst of all, I wasn't even giving it to someone. I was giving my energy to things, habits that keep me at the back of the line, with brain fog and all of these things that disturb my body so that I cannot use my energy effectively. I was investing most of my time and energy there, even financial resources sometimes. And as I sit here today, I ask myself, after engaging in all of these things, what did I benefit? Nothing. So it does follow consequence that if you do have goals, I could say, you have goals that you set and stuff. I mean, do yourself a solid and stay focused and remain on the mission. Just beware of your energy. Beware of your own energy. Because that's the one thing that most people hate to do, to quantify. It is their spiritual energy, because most of y'all don't even know how to measure up this thing, because you don't even think about it. You only care about the physical things that you can touch, and turns out most of the things we do as people stem from emotional places, stems from spiritual reasons, as opposed to your logic. I know you think you're working hard because you're a hustler. You're not a hustler. There is something deep inside you that wants you to have money. It might be your childhood trauma. It might be anything, but it is internal, that I know. And that should be strong, because it is what's going to give you your fire to do what you actually need to do. And you can only get that fire if you become honest with yourself and actually prioritize the right thing. So, you don't have to take it from me. Try it from yourself. Yeah, that was my message for today. If you think I've been talked enough, or you have something to say, please leave a comment. Otherwise, see you in the next video. This is Prince. This is Inaway, and we're here to maintain your spirit. See you in the next video. Bye.